I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque o no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route that's seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young G's. And I'm a self-made man.
Welcome in. Episode 114 of the WAG Show. I am your host, Ben Hasser. We are here to talk about today's best bets. We're here to talk about the AFC North Division. We are here to talk about the preseason game tonight, Washington Commanders, Baltimore Ravens. It is Monday, August 21st. Football almost here. Week 0 of college football is here this weekend. Next weekend, we'll have a full slate of college games. And then the week after that, we get rolling with week 1 of the NFL season. So it is rapidly approaching. If you guys have any questions on anything, go ahead and ask in the chat. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. College football is back. That is correct, Travis. College football is back. I will also be in attendance of UCF's first college game next week. I will be with Travis attending this game in which they play against Kent State, and they're like, I don't even know, 40-point favorite. Travis, what is the line? Let me check. I think they're like 40-point favorites or like something crazy. Let's take a look here. They're 35.5-point favorites in this game. 37. Okay, there we go. Yes. Huge favorites in the game we are attending. Jen Joseph, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. All right, so we're gonna talk AFC North, and then we'll talk about this game tonight. Cashed last night, preseason DFS showdown. You guys know, if you guys were subscribed last season, you know, we did really that was something I really excelled at last season, was showdown slates, and that has carried over this preseason as well. I've done really well on the showdown slates, so tap into that, dfskarma.com/pricing, if you want access to my showdown core for tonight's game. If you go to dfskarma.com, you can also view my season-long article, which we've talked about on the stream last week. It is finally live. It went live on Saturday. If you have a fantasy football draft this week, next week, the week after, leading up to the season, go read that article. It's exactly how I plan to draft the majority of my teams over the next few weeks. I'm also going to I might stream it. We'll see. I want to do one higher dollar best ball. Why is your cam cutting off your face? Yeah. Have you ever watched Nick Merckx, Travis? That's how it looks on his also. But regardless, I want to do one higher dollar best ball tournament. So I might stream it if I do it. I was looking at DraftKings. I feel like last year DraftKings had more I definitely want to do. He said, "Bruh." Yeah, have you ever watched him? It's because I'm lean forward for the most part, but uh, I feel like last year DraftKings had better tournaments. I definitely want to do it on DraftKings as opposed to Underdog because I feel like it's a little bit softer. But let me pull it up. Let's look here. Best ball. I don't. I want to do a single entry. They have a $250 single entry. It's half full right now, so that might be the one. I might do that. I might do that. So I might draft a $250 and I'll stream it or something because I do want to have one that I do. But go check out the season long article. Sign up for the core plays. Sign up for Bet Karma Premium. Moneyline Predictor has been on fire still. And it's not, like I said, it's not even football yet. If it's on fire in baseball, just wait till NFL gets here. And it's almost here. We have college football betting this weekend as well. betkarma.com/pricing for access to that. You also get access not only to all the tools, the Moneyline Predictor right here, the Prize Picks Predictor, the Underdog Predictor. You also get access to my premium betting card. Anthony posts bets, obviously Spike posts stuff, some bets and some Prize Picks stuff as well. So you get tons of bang for your buck. It averages out to like $1 a day. Go sign up. I don't know what you're waiting for. All right. So with that being said, let's dive in. We'll talk AFC North. Arguably the best division in football, in my opinion. You can make a case for the AFC East. You can make a case for the AFC West. But overall, I think this is far and away the best division in football. You have the Cincinnati Bengals are the favorite to win the division at plus 150. These are odds via FanDuel Sportsbook. Second is the Baltimore Ravens at plus 210. Then you have the Browns at 4-1, followed by the Pittsburgh Steelers at plus 470. Super, super stacked division. I think that any of these teams could win this division. I think you can build a case for any of these teams. So I think it makes it really, really hard to bet here. I mean, I just don't love the Bengals at those odds personally. So if I was looking to put a bet in here, I would be picking one of the other teams. I am bullish on the Ravens this season. I like the Browns, honestly, this season. And I think Pittsburgh is underrated. So I think this kind of comes down to personal preference. I think you could build a case for any of the other three teams. And that's not to say that the Bengals are bad. I just think that this division is insane. And I think it's going to come down to the last week. So overall, I don't have any bets on this division. I do have a Super Bowl bet on both of the Ravens and the Browns. So, you can do with that what you will. But this is a tough division. And I think any of these four teams could win. In terms of preseason breakout candidates for fantasy from this division, I think it's not really a breakout because he's been around, but I think it's pretty clear that Elijah Moore is going to have a good year for the Browns. I think that David Njoku is going to have another good season. I think George Pickens on the Steelers is primed for a big year here. Now I will say I don't think Deontay Johnson is going to take a step back, but I do think that Kenny Pickett is going to play pretty well, and I think that he will be able to support multiple startable receivers. So I think both Deontay Johnson and George Pickens are going to have good years, but Pickens obviously goes way later in your drafts than Deontay. Baltimore is what it is. I mean, I'm a big Zay Flowers guy. If I was looking to take one receiver on the Ravens, it would be Zay Flowers. I would rank them Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham in that order. I don't have a lot of interest in drafting Odell Beckham, to be quite honest with you. But I think Zay Flowers is a very, very good rookie receiver. I think that he is probably the likeliest candidate to lead the rookie receivers in receiving yards. He has the best chance to be the number one on his team. And I like Rashad Bateman as well. How long can Tomlin keep going 8-8 until people realize he's a average coach? I do like. I'm not sure. I think that Mike Tomlin is a great coach in terms of how he leads his team. Obviously, they play hard for him. He's never had a losing record. which counts for something. I think in terms of the in-game management is where he really struggles. But I think that you could do a lot worse than having Mike Tomlin as your coach. I know it's like a hot button thing to say that he's bad, but I mean, if he's never had a losing record, how can I really argue against it? So I think definitely like you're correct in terms of in-game management, timeout management, all that stuff. I do think he struggles in that aspect, but in terms of getting his team ready to play, them playing hard for him, leading the team, I think he's very good. So it's kind of tough, but I highly doubt that they would ever like fire him, to be quite honest with you. Mitchell, what's up? So overall, I mean, this is a tough division to talk about. Like I said, I think it's the best division in football. I think all 4 teams can win. I think that all 4 teams can make the playoffs. I definitely think multiple teams. You could see 3 of these teams in the playoffs for sure, especially with the extra team now added, extra wildcard team. So definitely think you could see 3. Like you're probably only going to see 1 from the AFC South. Like whoever wins the AFC South is going to get in, and I'm not sure any of the other teams will. You could see, Denver, I think might be a stretch. I think KC and LA Chargers are likely. And then, the AFC East, you could see 3, and the AFC North, you could see 3. So that's really where the battle's going to be. Cincy, Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, all can make the playoffs. I don't think New England can, but Buffalo, New York Jets, and Miami obviously all can make the playoffs. So that's what it's going to come down to in the AFC. In terms of the game tonight, we have the Baltimore Ravens. They've won 24 straight preseason games. John Harbaugh is an extremely profitable preseason coach in terms of betting. The Ravens are -1.5 against Washington. From what I can tell, I haven't finished my research yet. I will be giving out my DFS player pool later on. Is Washington playing starters tonight? Why is it Washington will be playing their starters, yes, 100%. Sam Howell will definitely play with McLaurin and Dotson and those guys. Yeah, they're definitely going to be playing. Washington will be playing 3 quarterbacks tonight. Sam Howell, Jacoby Brissett, and Jake Fromm. The Ravens, it does not look like, obviously Lamar will not be playing, and it also looks like Tyler Huntley is injured enough that he will not be playing. So it's strictly going to be Josh Johnson playing a half of football for the Ravens tonight, and Anthony Brown playing a half of football for the Ravens. So 2 quarterbacks available for Baltimore, 3 available for Washington. I'm not exactly sure how Washington will divvy it up. I think we could see maybe like Sam Howell for a quarter and a half, Jacoby Brissett for a quarter and a half, and then Jake Fromm in the 4th quarter, maybe something like that. I'll have to do some more research before I put out the full player pool, but we do know 3 will be playing for them. Josh Johnson and Anthony Brown will be playing for the Ravens. So in terms of betting, I don't know. This does seem like a spot where if the Ravens 24-game streak were to end, this could be the spot that it happens in. I think for DFS Showdown, I don't know if you guys have caught on, but if you're playing Showdown in the preseason, it's very advantageous to plug in both kickers, or not both kickers, excuse me. Plug in both of the defenses and then the quarterbacks that you know are going to play. So like tonight, like my DFS build, like I'll probably have the defenses in there and 2 quarterbacks, maybe both Ravens quarterbacks, because I know that they're each going to be playing a half of football. And then you can look at the kickers, running backs. Receivers are mainly GPP only for me in the preseason Showdown slates. But I do like the kickers tonight because each team only has one kicker. Joey Sly is the only kicker now. That Washington cut their other kicker, so it's only Joey Sly. And then Justin Tucker, we know, is the only kicker on the Baltimore Ravens. So I do like the kickers tonight as well. In addition to the defenses, the quarterbacks. In terms of running backs, it looks like Keaton Mitchell was the big guy for the Ravens in their last preseason game, and I think that he's likely to lead the team in snaps again. So Keaton Mitchell would be a look for me. Chris Rodriguez Jr. would be a look for me on the Washington side, as well as Jarrett Patterson. I played Saints at captain last night, How do you feel about defensive captain? Defensive captain is completely fine in the regular season. Sometimes it depends. Obviously, for me in the regular season showdown, it all comes down to ownership and how builds are projecting out. Because if you're playing showdown tournaments in the regular season, it's really all about building a narrative of how you think the game's going to go, and then trying to find a more creative way than what the chalky build is. In preseason, that all goes out the window. Defense at captain, 100% viable in preseason. It's always the thing with clowning from free agency. You think this person? I think he'll be fine. I mean, he was fine during his time with the Browns. He was very, very good 2 years ago. Last year, it was kind of just turmoil within the whole team. Like, I'm sure you don't follow the Browns closely, but being here, I do. All the stuff with Deshaun Watson off the field, and the team kind of underachieving, like it kind of created a pretty toxic environment for a lot of guys, and he just didn't fit in very well. 2 years ago, he played very, very good with the Cleveland Browns. So last year, I think it was more of the team collectively. I still think he's not ever going to be like a top defender in the league, but he can do his job and have a decent season. So he should fit in fine. Baltimore has a pretty stable culture there, especially defensively. So I think he'll be fine. I don't think he's going to be like, wreaking havoc, but I think he'll be fine overall. So if you guys want, check out the DFS core plays. Like I said, I will have player pool. I'll have a showdown core for tonight posted. The game is, what time is the game tonight? 8 o'clock. So it'll probably be up around 7:15. I'll have the player pool out, and then, I'll scan again at like 7:40 for inactives or anything like that. And then maybe make some adjustments, but that'll be up. AFC North, if you want to talk about it, go back. I think you can bet on any of those teams. I do have Super Bowl futures on 2 of the teams in this division. So if you guys are curious which teams, if you join late, you can go back and rewatch that. Baseball, I am just now looking into the baseball slate. So I'll have a couple bets posted for premium members later on. If I were to bet on this preseason game, I don't have a bet put in currently, but if I were, I actually think I would go with Washington tonight. I'm a little bit more secure with their quarterback situation, given that I don't think Tyler Huntley's going to play. So maybe the streak ends tonight. Maybe tonight is the night the Ravens finally lose a preseason game. I think it's like the first time. It would be the first time in like 7 or 8 years that they've lost a game. But I like how Washington sets up here tonight. So I don't know. Maybe I'll throw a little sprinkle on them or something. But overall, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow I will be live 3 p.m. per usual. I will be talking about the AFC East tomorrow. We've already done the AFC West. You can go back and rewatch that video or listen on iTunes. Talked about the North today. I have a bet I like in the AFC East to win the division. So I will be talking about that tomorrow. Good luck with all of your bets tonight. And I'll see you guys in Discord, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m.